going to show that about Kathy Hilton? I mean, I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I'm just saying, like, we have a corporate machine here, guys. And are they going to go there? I don't know.
Yeah, right. I know.
Like, because like, just think about it. If that is not shown on TV, then what? We have Rinna and Erika saying that Kathy Hilton used the N word and the F word, period. Kathy Hilton says, I never said that, period. What happens now?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to, I mean, are they going to show that? That is the one thing that I would like to know. All this other stuff is just superfluous to me. Are they going to show Kathy Hilton saying to Sutton's assistant, you damn F? And then apparently saying to someone else, you damn N? I mean, that's apparently what they allege she said. They're going to show that on Beverly Hills Housewives. Really? That's going to happen. I'm more interested in that. Like, I don't think they're going to show that. And so then what? Like, we're just going to have Rinna and Erika saying Kathy said this, and lots of people believe that, and a lot of people are like, we just don't buy it. So I mean, then what happens now? Really, what happens?
A good point. That's a really good point. I mean, yeah, there's so much going on. I feel like this is a good week. There's so much drama out there. I'm so into it.
What else is keeping you up at night and this week of drama here?
Well, I mean, let's stay on the Hiltons, right? So Bethenny Frankel, MTV Music Awards. I didn't even know they were still happening, but they are. I guess I say that to myself every single year. But they were here in Santa Monica, right? Over the weekend, Bethenny Frankel named, for, the 2022 Reality Royalty Award. And Kathy was there and Kyle was there. And it's so interesting to me because, Kyle had unfollowed Bethenny Frankel about a year ago. And when Kathy was tapped to be on Housewives, she called Bethenny to try to get some advice. And Bethenny was like, ask your sister. And of course, the connection is that when the Hiltons lived in New York City, Bethenny was Paris Hilton's babysitter for a period of time. And Kathy always said Bethenny did everything. She helped cook, she'd do the laundry. I mean, she was like, I think we all know Bethenny is a hustler, right? So, but it's interesting. I don't think that a lot of people saw those pictures that Bethenny posted on her Instagram, that they were like all reunited. I don't think that they're friends. I don't think they're friends. I think they're friendly.
Okay, now back up, because there's a few things I didn't know. So now, because I had some questions about this, I didn't have a minute to do the typing on the keyboard. So Bethenny, first of all, everybody was there, the whole Selling Sunset cast, Kristen Cavallari. I mean, at least Kristen makes some sense. So yes, reality TV is now their categories at the MTV Movie Awards. Fine. Bethenny herself got an award for what? Reality TV royalty? Like that's the award or something like that? Yeah. The award was for Bethenny.
Well, it's the Reality Royalty Award.
And that went to Bethenny just period, not Housewives or anything.
Correct.
So, okay. So I understand why Bethenny is then in attendance, right? Because that's a pretty big award, right? Like, I mean, that's important. Now, what? Like MTV, the whole Housewives, because Teresa was there, Melissa Gorga, all these housewives were there just to present to Bethenny. Like, did everybody come out on that stage?
No, because the Melissa Gorga and Teresa Gorga were there because Teresa also got an award.
Oh, she did?
Teresa Giudice, thank you. Yeah, like best reality star. I don't even follow the categories anymore.
There was a lot. Okay, so there was a lot of awards given out to these housewives.
Tons of awards. So
who presented the award to Bethenny?
I believe it was Kyle.
Right. So basically, I have the same reaction you have. So I understand why Bethenny was there because she got this award, which is what I was under the impression. And now I understand why these other housewives were there because they were getting awards. And look, Beverly Hills to Santa Monica is easy. The whole cast was, I agree. I am shocked that backstage, there are pictures of, for a woman who spends all day saying that she wants nothing to do with the housewife. She wants to be known as Forbes. She wants to be known as Power Top 100 Businesswomen. She wants to go on Shark Tank. She wants to, she hasn't even really interviewed any housewives on her podcast. Bethenny wants to distance herself from this franchise. And I understand that because, you are bigger than the franchise. I'm not shocked that she showed up for the award. I am shocked. Listen, Lisa Vanderpump was at the last BravoCon.
Okay, wait, I have to
Lisa
make it.
Vanderpump could not interact with Kyle on the stage. I mean, she made sure that when she came out with Vanderpump Rules, that it was not interacting with Kyle Richards in Beverly Hills. I'm shocked Bethenny was commingling. I am.
Okay, so actually, I have to make a correction. Paris Hilton is the one that presented Bethenny with the award, because
Right.
Bethenny had this full circle moment of like, you know, I used to change Paris's
Right.
diapers. Now she'll be changing mine. Anyway, but I agree with what you're saying. I think yeah, I agree with what you're saying. It's like, I don't know. It is
I mean,
kind of
Paris
weird.
Hilton was on Bethenny's podcast. Yes, Bethenny changed her diapers and all of that. But I understand that. I mean, Paris Hilton has a brand outside of any of this. And so I understand all that. And I understand why she was on the podcast. I just don't understand these backstage pictures. I'm shocked. She's doing pictures with Teresa in the background and videos. There's Melissa. I'm like, is she in a good mood because she's getting this award? Like all of a sudden, yeah. And yes, there's no question that Kyle, if you look at the pictures, Kyle even made a face. I don't think it was intentional, but Kyle's face in one of them was just kind of like, this is weird. Like Kyle and her did unfollow each other. They had a little bit of a thing.
Yeah. And like I said, I do not think they're friends. I think they are friendly. I mean, I think it's interesting Paris would do her podcast, but you know, Bethenny has a big podcast following. So maybe Paris loves, you know, I think the bottom line is, right, a lot of these people don't really like each other, but I think they understand how the press machine works. And I think they all need the press to keep everything going, you know. I mean, Paris doesn't have any TV shows on anymore. You know, wasn't Cooking with Paris was canceled. The other one there about Paris's like
getting
following
married
her,
is canceled.
that's canceled.
I have a friend who's very, very like tells me all the time that I give way too much credit to Paris. He's like, your vision of Paris is not what
I
the
told
2000.
You
no, he tells me, and by the way, this isn't like a friend that's like on the side of the world. This is a friend who's very high up in media and entertainment, is always like, your version of Paris is not 2022. You know, I love Paris Hilton, but he says to me, guess what? Like, and the other day he even called me like a few weeks ago. He's like, I don't know why you're not getting Paris Hilton on your podcast. This show is canceled. That show is canceled. She'll do it. Like, she's like, and I'm like, okay, let's not sell Paris Hilton down the river. It's Paris Hilton. But he's like, you don't know. She's not what you aspire her to be. So listen, I think Paris is an icon, but I mean, to her to do Bethenny's podcast, that makes sense to me. The only thing I'm shocked about is that Bethenny is backstage taking pictures with Teresa and Melissa and Kyle and Kathy, just the housewives. And she also did a video that said, there's an icon. And then it panned over to Miss Teresa Giudice. She's like, there's an icon. And Teresa's like, oh, hi. Like, so I'm just, listen, for someone who protests too much. I also have a big producer in the industry who said to me, you know, Bethenny